Question 12. We are now on the other side of halfway through of our 23 questions we're going to be working on. So in this case, we don't continue with odds like we did in number 11, but we're going to deal with something called expected value. So please find the expected value of playing the game. So we've got a game up here. We're going to get its expected value and then see whether it's a gain, loss, or a break even. So Lek is playing, and Lek is a fairly common Thai name. Lek means little, small, little. It's interesting. A lot of people in Thailand who have the name Lek are not small. So it's kind of like, Little John was a big guy. Okay, same type of idea. And it's kind of nice. It's neither male nor female. It's both type of name. So both genders like using the name Lek. Lek is playing a game of chance in which a number cube with sides numbered from 1 through 6 is rolled. Each side has an equal chance of occurring. This means the cube is fair and the roll is random. So Lek rolls the cube one time. He'll win $1 if he rolls a 1. So we kind of kept. He'll win $2 if it rolls a 2, $3 if 3 is rolled. But Lek will lose 50 cents if either 4, 5, or 6 is rolled. So the expected value. Well, one way to think is each roll has a probability of 1/6. So we could kind of factor out the 1/6 out front is one way of thinking of this. Factoring it out. So we've got 1/6. First, we're going to take all the positive values. 1 is positive. We're going to add on the 2 if a 2 is rolled, and I win $3 if a 3 is rolled. The losses, well, if he rolls a 4, he loses 50 cents. Loses 50 cents if he rolls a 5, and loses 50 cents if a 6 is rolled. Now, if you wanted to, you could have just taken 3, because there's 3 of these, 3 times 50 cents, and this would have been minus 1.5, but that's the same thing that's going to happen here. So we add these together, subtract off these, and then divide by 6 is the way the calculation will go. So 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 is 6. This is, I'll just show you up here, 1.5, 50 cents 3 times. 6 minus that's 450. And I'll just kind of bring this 1/6 over here. So that's going to be 450 divided by 6. And hopefully my calculator's still down here working. Let's see. Switch back over here. Let's see, where is it? It's hiding behind me. Still here. It timed out. So this one's not too funky. I'll get that set up in the next one. I'll just use my handheld here. Just one of these. These work great. So if you have your own, that's good too. So we just got 4.5 divided by 6. 0.75 is our expected value for this. It's a positive number, so that means we would expect to gain 75 cents each time we played. That's a pretty good game to play. So down here, what's going to happen? Well, he's going to expect to gain money. So we put the little dot there, and he will gain 75 cents per roll. I wish I could play this game. Just roll it a lot. It's in your favor. One point of caution. Had we ended up with a negative value, we would put the negative value up here. The expected value was negative. We would have put it up here. But down here, you got to be careful because he expect to lose so much. You actually would not put the negative here because the word lose is saying that it's a negative value. So you would also just put in 0.75 on a loss. I think one of the the future questions will have that, but I just wanted to make sure you got this because maybe you had a problem with this one but not the future one. So I want you to know, be very careful because it will get marked wrong if you put a negative down here, if it was supposed to be negative, right? You have to put it up here. If this was a negative value, you want to use the negative up here, but not down here. So it's because the word lose is a negative word, right? Very negative. We always want to win. So that's it. Let's stop here. We'll move on to number 13.